Symbols used in syntactic description. By now you must be familiar with different symbols that we use when we are dealing with syntactic description, that this is the noun phrase, it's a verb phrase, and this and that. Let's now do this in a little detail. Some symbol used as abbreviation for syntactic categories. They refers to different syntactic categories. And when we say syntactic categories, noun, verb, adjective, etc. So S, it stands for sentence or equal to sentence. NP, a noun phrase. N, a noun. Art, an article. V for a verb. And VP for a verb phrase. PP, a prepositional phrase. So these are the symbols that we use for these syntactic categories. Three more symbols that are commonly used in syntactic descriptions. First, an arrow. So when we put an arrow, for example, we say S and then we put an arrow and then we say NP and VP, we mean that, and we can interpret it, consist of, or rewrites it. So we can take either of the two meanings. So typically used in the following type of rules. NP, so we can say that NP consists of or rewrites art and noun, article and noun. The dog, it means that this noun phrase, they consist of an article, art, and a noun, dog. Second abbreviation, a pair of round brackets. So we have two round brackets, the dog and the small dog. So we know that the dog, there is article and dog is noun. And when we have the small dog, we have article plus adjective and plus noun. So we all know that this adjective can be used, or we can have a noun phrase without an adjective. So when we put these round brackets, we mean that it is an optional category. It can be present or it can not be present in a phrase. This shortened notation expresses the idea that a noun phrase rewrites as an article and a noun with the option of including an adjective in a specific position between them. Obviously, we know that adjective comes between article and its noun, right? So it's an optional constituent or category in a phrase, or there can be another optional element in a sentence. So this round bracket means optional constituent. Third, curly brackets, you can see that these indicate that only one of the elements enclosed within the curly brackets must be selected. For example, let's think of a noun phrase. We can have a proper noun, we can have a pronoun, we can have a noun phrase, we can have a single noun as noun phrase. So these are all options, but in a sentence, or when we make a sentence, we will have one of these options. So curly phrase will determine that, will tell us that we can pick one of the elements or categories out of 2, 3, 4 categories. So this is a representation. So we can say that NP consists of an art and a noun. NP consists of a pronoun or proper noun. NP consists of a single noun. So we can represent the same into curly brackets, that a noun phrase can consist of either an art and noun, or a proper noun, or a pronoun, or a noun phrase. And similarly, we can have. So through these curly brackets, we are sure that we have to choose one of the options. So the list of common symbols and abbreviation is summarized here. So this can tell us that which are options of the symbols we can use. So S as a sentence, NP noun phrase, NP proper noun, N for noun, VP verb phrase, ADV adverb or adv, V for verb, adjective ADJ for adjective, prep for preposition, or sometime when we have a prepositional phrase then we use P, art for article, pro for pronoun, and PP for a prepositional phrase. So these are the abbreviations of the symbols that we use when we are discussing the syntactic categories of a sentence. When we are dealing with some ungrammatical element, sometimes we have to give examples to make clear a point. So we use a sentence which is ungrammatical. So in that case, we have the boy play hockey. Obviously, this is an incorrect sentence because there is no S of third person plural with the verb. So asterisk, we put an asterisk before the sentence, and that this tells us that this sentence is incorrect and used as an example. So arrow consists of or rewrites as these brackets tell us that the constituent is optional, and this curly bracket tells us one or only one of these constituent must be selected. So these are some of the symbols that we used, some of the other abbreviations or some of the notations that we use to explain syntactic category when we are discussing the syntax of a sentence.